you've ever played through Rule of Rose, then you know that the game's story can work on multiple levels simultaneously, as evident with this video. So, as I covered in the Heavenly Light mystery video, I stated that the Heavenly Light was a symbolic death that is part of Jennifer's dream, which leads to a resolution so that she can move on with her life. Now, let's look at the light from a different viewpoint. What if Jennifer is dead outside of the game? Let's say that Jennifer is dead as she is dreaming her dream, and that maybe the meaning of the heavenly light is her ascending to heaven. Now, let us touch on the idea of dreaming after death. A popular pop culture reference of dreaming after death can be found in the famous "To be or not to be" soliloquy of Shakespeare's Hamlet.
To die, to sleep, to sleep. Perchance to dream. Aye, there's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come when we have shuffled off this mortal coil must give us pause.
So, if Jennifer is dead, the inspiration of the game authors for placing her in an after-death dream world may have come from something like the Tibetan Buddhist idea of bardo. So what is bardo? Bardo is a dreamlike after-death state of consciousness in which one may have terrifying hallucinations based on one's unresolved karma or issues relating to one's previous life or lives. Bardo is also a state of consciousness during which one may achieve liberation from this unresolved karma. Can you see how this might relate to both Jennifer's struggles to come to terms with her traumatic past and to her fantasy battles with spooky things like Hoffman and Rule of Rose? So, is there any evidence that Jennifer is dead outside of the game? Sadly, no. There is also strong evidence in the game that refutes this theory. Let us look at the Once Upon a Time chapter of the game. Looking at the front gate, we get this statement. That day, I was escorted from the scene by Officer Doolittle. At first, it was reported that there were no survivors. Then word got out that, miraculously, I had escaped the tragedy. This is proof that Jennifer didn't die during the orphanage massacre. Up next are multiple comments Jennifer makes that proves that she doesn't think she is dead. Inside of the rickety shed. My dear friend, I never want to lose you again. I'll protect you forever and ever until I die. Sick bay at the drawers. I wonder if I'll be like Clara when I'm older. Will I enjoy those days? Classroom at the blackboard. I finally came to understand myself, my beliefs, and the will to stand up for them. I don't want to lose those ever again. At the schedule of classes on the wall. But what does it really mean to be a grown-up? Will I ever become one? Inner court, site of Brown's burial. I'll never break a promise again. Filth room, at the center pillar. Tied to this pillar, unable to move, I was alone. It took a while, but I finally freed myself. I was always the slowpoke, but that won't happen again. I'll never let myself be tied up again. Now, after all this, one can always argue that Jennifer died sometime after the orphanage massacre. and that she is now dead, but doesn't realize it. But do you think that the game authors would construct the story that way? With all these misleading statements by Jennifer? Given Jennifer's new understanding of herself, strong resolve of will, and bright hopes for the future, but making it all sad and ironic because she is dead?